Hey guys, look at us here. We have. You're supposed to hop out for Ohio name.
Sorry. Here, let's take it.
Ta-da! Oh, there we go.
Rewind. Put it in reverse.
I don't even have to crouch.
Start this video at minute mark.
Yeah,
Right.
there we go.
Speed past this.
So guys, what's up? Tony here with Bane, Dothan Biz Talk Show, hashtag Dothan Biz Talk Show. As always, we're committed to keep bringing you guys as much good
It's
content
just
as we
Dothan
can.
Biz Talk.
Dothan Biz Talk?
Just Dothan Biz
I
Talk.
think I
Dothan Biz
hashtagged
Talk.
those wrong somewhere then. I'm going to go
Welcome
back and check my
back.
hashtags. But we have a guest with us. There's a girl
right,
here,
that's
guys.
right.
And we're in a sketchy alley. That doesn't sound good at all. Anyway.
No, it's really fun. These guys are great. But I'm Adrienne. I'm with Sphere Media Marketing, and I help small businesses manage their social media profiles and create content. So, which is really important.
It is. It is. You guys know we're here trying to help the small business out, kind of budget what they can to make it work in-house. But eventually, you will have to hire a professional. In my state of mind, it's always good to consult with a professional, not hire one. We have a Google professional, photography, and videography professional. And now we have today's guest, our Facebook marketing specialist.
With our powers combined.
That's right.
Captain Planet.
The Avengers.
Well, we can actually do some damage.
Does Mark Zuckerberg appear now? Hi guys.
He comes out from behind me too.
But one thing that a professional can do for social media is take it just with one glance, look at your profile or your page and just kind of see how your settings are and look for some ways to improve. And like one of those things that I've really noticed lately, just by tagging other businesses, and it was really hard to find some, and I noticed that they didn't have complete pages. So, and what I mean by that is there's this little thing in your about section, and it's your username, and it's super important and super easy to set. You just edit it and you set it to something that is easy to find, for your business. So sometimes it's your business name. Sometimes if you have a long business name, you're going to want to shorten that,
Right.
or add a location. If there's multiple venues and locations for your business, that's not only going to help you show up in tags and help people find you, but it also shortens your Facebook link. And so it's more direct. So if you did want to just send people straight to your Facebook page using a link, you could do that as well. And it's just super helpful, and it's a free tip.
Yeah, like to that point, the username kind of stuff. I'll use my page as an example. Evergreen Creative Company was not available across the board, so I like to try to have matching usernames across Twitter, Instagram, website, all that kind of stuff. And so my handle name, my username is at evergreencreative.co, which is my website. So like in my case, like it worked out to where it's like a 2-in-1 kind of thing, to where you know what my website is, but also it's easy. Like if I'm trying to put out a message like follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter or whatever. It's actually Twitter is too many characters still, but anyways, the point is that I could just say go /evergreencreative.co and you know how to get there, and I don't have to give you like 10 different kind of usernames because it's all different stuff. So it's really important, just even from the marketing side, and just getting that simplicity and getting everything across the board as the same for that kind of stuff. So if you have multiple platforms that you're using, it's good to try to get the same name. So that was just easy for people to remember. You don't want to try to tell them a list of different stuff that's all different things.
Right. And that reminds me of one of my favorite words in regards to social media, and that's consistency. So
We've talked about that.
What's that about? Please do tell.
So as far as consistency goes with social media, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff, let's hear your perspective on that side.
Well, okay, one of the reasons because there's this lawyer I follow. I should follow him on TikTok, Attorney Tom. If you guys want to look him up, at Attorney Tom, he produces 30 bits of content a week. So that's and he grew it 100% organic, video posting and whatnot. But he grew his law firm doing that. Is there such a thing as too much or too little, and how consistent? Yeah, how consistent?
Well, it really depends on your audience. I do believe that occasionally you can have too much content if it means that your followers stop following you. So if you get to a point where you're notice that all of a sudden your all of your analytics and your reach and all that stuff just starts bottoming out, or it's falling off,
Or goes
then
stagnant.
it goes, then you probably are coming into a situation where people's news feeds are being flooded by you, and you don't want them to click that hide or unfollow or get them off of your news feed. So you do kind of have to self-regulate. Sometimes, too much of a good thing can be too much.
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, but like the research and just the experience that I've had, the suggested amount of posts to do a day is 3 posts a day. And it's because,
That was a week.
no, 3 posts a day, because
Oh, wow.
especially on Facebook, to where it's not a synchronized or like, what's the word? Chronological order or whatever.
Right.
With posting, like Twitter is still chronological, or you have the choice to make it chronological with all your posts. But the chances of someone seeing your post is like 1 out of 3. So you're posting 3, so that way they at least see one of your posts that day. Unless if they're following your post or have like the
Right.
notifications turned on and stuff like that. So what's your take on that? Do you
My
think
take on it?
3 a day is too much or too little, or
I think
sweet
I'm
spot?
having my clients doing once a week.
Yeah, I think it's too much. To some extent, I think it's a very lofty goal.
Yeah.
I think that you risk, because you are managing your business as well while you're trying to create 3
Right.
posts a day. And even if you can manage to schedule everything out, then your 3 posts, you're also running into the challenge of not being able to add any fresh content in there because you're maxing. You're just
So,
flooding so much out
what
there.
about- well-
I think you get burnt out.
When I say 3 posts, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe you do a story, and then you do a regular post, and maybe some other form of posting. So like
Like
up to
something
3
light.
posts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not talking about like just a normal Facebook feed or whatever, but you're creating some sort of content on that one platform 3 times a day.
Okay, but I think that's a little different. I think
Okay.
that's a little different.
All right.
Than,
So just to clarify that a little
Yes, that's a good clarification.
That was loud.
That was loud. I was distracted. Sorry.
FedEx.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll. It depends on really, horizontal and vertical and
Right.
creating graphics and doing all that. It depends on that message that you're also trying to get out. So if
Right.
it's something that you want your followers to get like ASAP, you probably are going to want to put that in a story because
Right.
it's going to pop up at the top of whatever feed
Okay.
or in the middle of their Instagram.
That's a good point.
So that way it's something that they're going to see quickly, as opposed to something along an algorithm that might
Right.
show up on their feed.
Yeah, it's like with my particular page, like with Evergreen, for example, since we do photos, videos, and other kind of creative work, it does us a good justice to try to do like 3 different types of posts. I don't do it every day, but I've just heard from different kind of circles and stuff like that. Like 3 is like a good number to try to go for. Not saying like it's like,
Set stone.
Yeah, set stone,
Gotta
like,
get
this
3 a
is what you
day.
gotta
You're
do.
failing at social media.
but
Yeah,
it's
and it
really
doesn't mean, like,
it's the point to try to like get different kinds of content out there, so that way something hits that your audience's eyes that day, because they can get lost. Like if someone's following a lot of pages or a lot of, like on Facebook you got personal pages but also your company pages that you're following, so it could get lost in the noise pretty easy. So trying to get on top of that feed is the goal.
I understand that like this can be overwhelming for a lot of businesses. Like for me, for example, I've now gotten to the point where I'm posting on 8 different social media platforms a week, not a day yet, but a week. And like I'm sure all 3 of us we deal with our clients. We're like, okay, let's try one. Let's do Facebook, because Google and Facebook,
Yeah.
we both agree that's probably the 2 biggest ones you have to be on.
At least, yeah, and the Wiregrass, Facebook, Instagram are
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
the best ones to go for.
And we tell them, okay, now post. Make a post. Come on, client, make a post. And then once they get the habit, we go, okay, now we're going to post to this. Now we're going to post to that. Now we're going to start making video content. It's just, we're not asking you guys to start blowing it up unless, I mean, if you have the commitment to it, shoot, commit to it. But getting the habit of doing it. It's consistency.
The habit and consistency is definitely important, and I think too that people maybe underestimate what it would be to just have like your staff take like a selfie or share. I like to say that people on Facebook like to see faces, so tell
Right.
your story about who you are as individuals inside of your business as well. It's not necessarily only about products or only about what service
Right.
you're providing.
And that's why like the live video is like it's doing so well right now because it gives this raw factor to where it's not a polished product. And sometimes like I like to put up polished photos and videos and stuff like that, but at the same time people want to see that connection with people to where it's not this really overproduced kind of piece. They want to see the people involved kind of thing.
It's just funny you said that. I saw somebody do that this month, and I was like, well, I think the emotion of what you were posting probably would have gotten out a little bit better if it wasn't so, polished, like you said.
Yeah,
so,
it's all good.
And scheduling out too, it makes a big difference if you also have a scheduling manager. That's a big thing. There's several products out there. We actually have one that will help you organize and schedule out your posts. And it also has lots of different plugins. It's one of the few that will publish to Google My Business. So, which is extremely important. That's where 50% of your people at least are finding you. And so that's just a huge asset as well, and it plugs into some stuff like Canva, which if you haven't experienced Canva in your life,
we talked about that before.
Then
it's like
pay the $12.95.
Right. It's the
hey, is it per month or per year?
Per month is $12.95.
Canva's great for it's good for pros and also like noobs or novices or just people that aren't even creative, like, because it just got so many tools to make you look better than what you are.
That's right.
That's true. I have a client use Canva for the free version. They're always like, Tony, make us something for our store. You go on the phone, my app, just like slapping something together. Whoop, there you go.
Yeah,
and we all love free.
Yes.
Sometimes though, a little upgrade will go a long way, and that's one of them for sure.
Yeah, I subscribe to the pro version because the extra tools you get are pretty phenomenal.
It's
like
super cool.
they're so good. My thing is like, you could try to do a lot of stuff in Photoshop, and you can again get that really polished kind of stuff that you can take some more detailed time with. But time is of the essence for entrepreneurs and small businesses and stuff. And so there's templates out there that you can use, or you can find like that design language that you like and still get the job done even in Canva. So I'm a Canva fan. I've done plenty of professional work through Canva. So.
And it will also help you stay consistent again with your branding, because it lets you put a color palette together, pick your typeface fonts, and so you can kind of stick with the same thing. So that way, when somebody is scrolling, whichever feed it is, that image, whether they read it or not, they can go, "Oh, that's a Pathfinder, or that's a Sphere, that's an evergreen post for sure," because I caught their colors and their logo and their
I want that instant recognition. Yeah,
exactly.
That's good. That could almost be another whole video on that. Because
brand signals.
I like marketing. I like the whole, or like the design side of marketing, coming up with the identity kind of stuff. So I find enjoyment out of that. And then when you have tools like Canva, it's where you like sometimes you can introduce something to a client or whatever, but then they still have to take the reins in a way. So this is how you can still successfully do it without even professional help.
And it helps you size things to your different platforms.
Oh my
and
gosh!
So
If
you're
you're faced with all like
So that's one of the pro features is to resize too. So
that's right.
So if you need help with all that kind of stuff, reach out to us, and either one of us could definitely help out with that kind of stuff.
I don't claim, you all heard me before, I don't claim to be a graphic artist or do graphic artwork. Like when it's simple site, Tony, I need something for my Facebook page, like the banger post. Canva all day long, here you go, whoop, there you go, submit it type of deal. But if you need graphic artwork, don't call me. Don't call me for IT work either, please.
Yeah, I mean, we're next to, there's so many professionals just within this area. Like this is Push Crank Press right here.
That's right.
And that's what they do for a living too, is design work and all that. So plenty of people to reach out to.
I got a question. Quality or quantity, what's more important? So I know we talked about consistency, which is quality or
I think they're both important.
I just heard more question.
I don't think you can't have one without the other.
Because, all right, for example, May and I, we can both say the two of us post pretty consistently. But your posts on videos, especially, are way more professionally done than when you look at mine. Like, if for those people that may follow me, you saw my blooper reel, right?
Right. Well, the key is to find like
your
rhythm and stuff. And so, for example, I'm editing a wedding video, but there's so much content that can come from just all those edits and stuff. And so like again, this could be a whole new topic for a day, but long story short, in my editing software, like I got these different sections. Like I got my main editing space, and then I got like, this could be potential social media posts or something like that. And so like while I'm going through my main edit, my main big job, big gig kind of stuff, I can sit there and put aside different kinds of content just from that. Like if there's a sweet moment between the bride and the dad or something like that, like, oh, that's gonna be a great potential, it could be a viral post or something like that. Or it's just something like to get attention. There's plenty of times where I'm going through my video stuff, because like, let's say I just do a video project with this corporate or a wedding, that I could take a screen grab from that video clip. I'm like, that'll make a good, something for a good just photo type post or whatever. So it's like, it's finding that rhythm and just kind of knowing what to look for. Like this could be a good post when you're doing something. If you have an idea, like put it down so you don't forget about it. Like finding those like rhythms is what's going to help with that consistency, but also quantity. One of the pitches that I do with just my video work is that there's been this mentality with videography and corporate video type stuff, is like you get this one and done project. Like you got this one video, you put all the money, all the effort, all the energy towards that, and then in today's world, a video lasts maybe at best 48 hours, at best. And so like you put all that effort into it, and it's only going to last like 2 days. And so what I do with my clients is like I have what I call micro content or micro videos, to where like, yes, we have like this main 2 to 5 minute video, but within that we have tons of like 15, 30-second type video clips that we could add to that, to where we can keep that story going, and keep that momentum going with that kind of stuff, and it just complements that service.
Hopefully it's less windy at least.
But yeah, it's like, it's finding that rhythm and finding like knowing what to look for, knowing how to set aside stuff to where you build a library up, you know what to pull from, and then like using the scheduling programs or services and stuff, you at least have something to pull from. You're not trying to just think of something to do off the cuff.
That's right. And it helps you organize, schedule, tell your story, and focus on what message it is that you're trying to deliver for whichever purpose that month or that quarter, or however long that message you need to get out. And also, while you were speaking, I was thinking when you were talking about videos, to kind of get to the point first and then fill in the details later is a pretty good tip. And I try to encourage my customers to do that when we're filming and making a story, because you have about 3, maybe 10 seconds to get that message across, and then the rest of it is if you can keep them engaged with that hook in the first few seconds, then they'll watch more.
Yeah.
What do you use when you're out and about working to record with your clients? I use my phone. Vane has some pretty good tech.
My phone.
Yeah, phone. See, guys? Phone. Use your phone, guys. Or invest a little bit of good money into good equipment.
I mean, I do have an 11 Pro, so it has like the 3 different cameras, and we play around. So I record everything in 4K.
We say our phones like it's like nothing, but if you think about it, like this is like a $1,300 phone.
Yeah.
So it's a good piece of
2,000.
investment.
Yeah. It's not a flip phone.
Right.
A razor.
Oh my god.
It still takes some investment for sure.
Yeah.
But most of the time, people do have some sort of good level of a phone. Even the entry level phones are pretty fantastic.
You can get, Samsung an 8 or iPhone 8, so good, pretty good.
Yeah, even the current models and stuff, like Apple has their budget friendly, Google has their own, Samsung has their own. So you can still, again, you're going to invest into it somehow. But this camera we're using right now is $400, and it has a ton of different features involved. So you can get by pretty good. I mean, obviously I'll have like a full premium production live streaming setup, but I'm not going to break that out every time we do this.
Right.
So, but yeah, where can we find you at? Like all your website information, your social media?
spheremediamarketing.com, and you're going to get on to me because my username's not consistent.
It's picture perfect in that sense.
I know.
Like sometimes it doesn't
I
work
will
out.
tell you, I tell my customers all the time that I pour so much into them that I actually am like the last person on my list.
That's true.
So one tip with that.
It took me 3 years to build my website. When I built a client, it took like 3 months.
Because I've had instances where like usernames can't match across the board, but what's the one hub space to go to every time?
That's right.
your website.
Yeah.
So your website's going to have links to the social media and stuff like that. So that's one great way to work around anyways. Or
So check
like
me
a lot
out.
of times I just say, go to my website, all the stuff's there. Like I don't even
Yes,
have to
exactly.
I don't even have to say all the different handles. It's all there. You just click it. It's good.
It is. So check me out. And I'm I'm local, so right there in Headland. And
Cool.
And the Headland Chamber of Commerce too.
that's right. Yep. I have that job. I wear that hat too. Executive Director, Headland Area Chamber of Commerce.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thanks for jumping in with us today.
Thanks for having me. Anytime.